Dipper pines. The loser nerd. Who would ever think he'd be interested in love? Well, since his hometown school had a student exchange program for the high school in Gravity Falls, Mabel and Dipper, being the only ones who have been there, happily accepted. And now getting there after meeting up with Wendy, Seuss, and Pacifica the next day was the first day of school, so when Dipper walked in, it was a sight to see. Immediately, he sees tweety6, the new popular girl boy. Dipper had a new crush.
A new crush. The popular new girl, Dipper had a crush. A new crush. tweety6 was sitting on a glittery inkwell spot. Her yellow bird feathers fluff around in her body. She was wearing a white, fluffy, light violet dress while having a purple flower on top her head. Her 6 eyelashes dancing around her sky violet pupil eyes as she glanced at their direction by surprise, tilting her head slightly. Dipper's cheeks turned bright red as he stood still like a statue. He thought she was absolutely gorgeous, but he was a nerd. He was a nerd. A nerd. Would she like nerds? He started mentally shaking himself off, trying to keep it together. Trying to keep himself together. Mabel, bro, what you looking at? What you looking at? Kyle, oh, that's tweety6. She's one of the cute toons. She's one of the cute toons. The cute toons. Toons. The cute toon. The cutest toon. One of the cutest toons. One of the cutest toons. Toons. She's like Tweety Bird, a yellow canary, but she's wearing all violet and pinkish, purplish pink vibrant, you know? You know, dude, she's like a toon, animated ink, toony kind of bird girl. Don't you think? tweety6. Oh, hey, are you looking for something interesting to do? You both must be new here, huh? New here, huh? Dipper snapped out of his trance before quickly turning to Mabel, and Kyle flustered. Mabel, she noticed his reaction, and a sly grin appeared on her face. Oh, Dipper's crushing on someone, she teased, her voice filled with amusement. Dipper's face turned even redder.
Kyle flustered. Mabel noticed his reaction and a sly grin appeared on her face. Oh, Dipper's crushing on someone, she teased, her voice filled with amusement. Dipper's face turned even redder as he fumbled for words. It's not what you think, Mabel. I was just observing, he protested.
tweety6. Well, it's interesting to get to know ya. Plus, my inkwell toon brother Mickey Mouse has been telling me about you guys for a bit while. I'm interested to be with you, Dipper and Mabel, right? Kyle, dude, you okay? Dipper's heart skipped a beat as he heard her say his name, and Mabel giggled, clearly enjoying his reaction. He managed to nod, and find his voice again. Yeah, that's us. That's us, he replied, trying to keep his cool. You know Mickey? tweety6, she nodded, nodding awkwardly before replying. Yeah, Mickey Mouse is my brother, and nice to meet you too, so far. Kyle, you alright, dude? You feel like you're about to faint. Seriously. You feel like you're about to faint.
Dipper attempted to regain his composure, taking a deep breath. Mabel, still amused, gave him a nudge and whispered, "Smooth, Dipper." He shot her a half-hearted glare before looking back at tweety6. Nice to meet you too, he said, managing a small smile. So, you're a sister of Mickey Mouse?
tweety6. Yes, I have a huge Inkwell Toon family of many classic-style toons as my siblings. They're my family after my parents' passing. Looks away a bit, regretted mentioning her past, awkwardly emotional. Kyle Brovowski, Kyle watches everything unfold in concern. Morty Smith. Oh man, here comes the waterworks.
Dipper's expression softened as he heard tweety6 mention of her parents. He could sense the sadness behind her words and felt a pang of sympathy. Mabel, who had been watching, now looked more serious and understanding, sensing the shift in atmosphere. "I'm sorry to hear about your parents," Dipper said softly, his voice genuine. "It's good that you have your siblings there for you."
Kyle and Morty, however, were just standing to the side, awkwardly witnessing the conversation. tweety6. Oh, it's okay. It's okay, and that's true. They only been with me for 4 months after I was born, especially during the time I was born. I hate to bring that up.
Mabel and Dipper both noticed the uncomfortable looks on Kyle and Morty's faces. Mabel nudged Dipper again, silently urging him to keep going. "We all have our rough moments," Dipper replied sympathetically. "It's important to have family and loved ones who support you." He glanced at Morty and Kyle, gesturing for them to join the conversation.
tweety6. I didn't have the chance to have more time with them. The moments that I wanted to do with them and the events, everything. Thanks for understanding. Most people would just make fun of me for being an orphan or something, just judge me, or couldn't care less of what happened in my life about my parents. Dipper's expression softened even more as he listened to tweety6's words. He couldn't help but feel a sense of empathy for her. Mabel, sensing Dipper's hesitation, spoke up. We understand, she said gently. It's tough dealing with people who can be judgmental or just don't get it. Dipper nodded, his eyes meeting tweety6's. You deserve to be understood, he said quietly. Thank you. Hugs them both, and kissed Dipper's cheek passionately, emotionally. Kyle, Morty, and everyone else were wide shock, surprised, watching this. watching all this. Dipper's eyes widened in surprise at the sudden hug and peck on the cheeks. He was blushing furiously, trying to process what just happened. Mabel, caught off guard, let out a small gasp, her eyes wide with surprise. She looked at tweety6, then back at Dipper, a mixture of shock and amusement on her face. Morty and Kyle stood there in shock as well, their jaws practically dropping to the ground. tweety6, you both are very interesting and fun and comforting around.
Dipper was still blushing, trying to regain his composure. Mabel, on the other hand, couldn't help but smile at the unexpected compliment. Thank you, Dipper managed to say, his voice a little shaky. Mabel, ever the supportive sister, gave him a nudge and a smirk. Looks like you've got a fan, she teased.
tweety6, fan? Me? More like a BFF interest celebrity or something, teased playfully while winking before narrowing slightly. Cartman, ooh, sounds like denial of love in the air. Kyle, dude, you sure about that? You sure about that? Morty Smith, I have a feeling this just got awkward by the minute.
Dipper's face turned even redder at tweety6's playful teasing, and Mabel couldn't help but giggle at the situation unfolding. Cartman's comment seemed to add to the awkwardness, and Kyle and Morty exchanged uneasy glances. Dipper tried to chuckle nervously, attempting to brush off the comment. Celebrities? He mumbled. Mabel, still amused, elbowed her brother. Smooth, Dipper.
tweety6. Cartman. Pfft, like I said, there's simping going on. Kyle Broflowski. Dude, it's best if you stay out of this. Don't want tweety6 to be embarrassed or whatever over someone crushing on her or anything.
Dipper shot a side glare at Cartman, not appreciating his teasing. Mabel, on the other hand, couldn't help but find the whole situation rather amusing. Kyle's turn made Dipper realize the potential impact of Cartman's words. He didn't want tweety6 to feel uncomfortable or embarrassed. You're right, Kyle, Dipper said, trying to keep his cool. Cartman, maybe lay off the teasing.
tweety6. Mabel couldn't help but chuckle, clearly enjoying the drama. Cartman, not one to easily back down, continued to smirk. Oh, come on, it's just a bit of fun, he said, his voice dropping with sarcasm. Kyle rolled his eyes, clearly annoyed by Cartman's behavior. Can you just let it go, dude? tweety6, so Dipper, right? You want to show me something interesting about yourself, and maybe we can catch on some things, you know? Everyone, ooh. Morty Smith. Jeez. Kyle face palmed, slightly concerned. Why does this even have to be a big deal?
Dipper blushed even more at tweety6's request, feeling a mix of nervousness and excitement. Cartman, of course, couldn't resist chiming in again. Ooh, now it's getting interesting, he said, his smirk growing wider. Mabel, noticing Dipper's flustered state, gave him a small nudge and a reassuring smile. Dipper took a deep breath, trying to regain his composure. Sure, he said finally. There's something I'd like to show you.
tweety6, oh cool, show me. Cartman, oh, what the F, Kyle? Kyle, do anything or say anything at all bullcrap nonsense, and I'll kick your ass. Morty Smith, we should probably give them space. Mabel smirked at Kyle's threat to Cartman, and nodded in agreement with Morty. Yeah, let's give them some space. Cartman mumbled something under his breath, still annoyed as Kyle shot him a stern look. Dipper, trying to ignore the distractions, focused on tweety6. Follow me, he said, gesturing for her to come with him. tweety6 nodded. She nods before following. Dipper led her away from the group, his heart beating a bit faster with nerves. He couldn't believe this was happening. Mabel watched them go, a proud and mischievous smile on her face. Cartman grumbled to himself, still annoyed at being thwarted in his attempts to cause trouble. Kyle shook his head, glad to have prevented any further issues. As Dipper and tweety6 walked, he tried to think of something interesting to show her. tweety6, so, what's that? Points to one of the Gravity Falls journals from Dipper's pockets in shocked interest. Do you keep one of those journals? I've never seen any like those before, not even in a library. Not even in a library.
Dipper's eyes followed her gesture to the journal he had stashed in his pocket. He was surprised that she would recognize it. Yeah, he said, taking the journal out and opening it. This is Journal 1. It's the first one I found when I came to Gravity Falls. They're all filled with secrets and unknown anomalies around here.
Wow, and you have 3 of them? That's cool. I'm guessing the author is one of your uncle's relatives or something. Dipper's face lit up at her curiosity and knowledge about the journals. It was rare to find someone who was genuinely interested. He nodded. Nodded. Yeah, actually, the author is someone called Ford Pines. He's my great uncle. He wrote these journals, discovered a lot of secrets in this town, and then disappeared for years. Well, I'm glad he's back with the rest of the Pine family, especially after Weird Mageddon happened. I heard about what happened and I was horrified and concerned. Just glad you guys are okay. I heard about the cause on the news. Dipper's expression softened. He appreciated her concerned and understanding. Yeah, it was a tough time for all of us, he said quietly, but we managed to defeat Bill and restore order. It's good to have Ford back, though. He looked at the journal in his hand, a mixed up sadness and nostalgia on his face. Don't worry. Let's just move on. Anyway, so I'm guessing we're going somewhere fun, Dipper shook himself out of his thoughts and nodded, grateful for the change of topic. Right, he said, closing the journal and putting it back in his pocket. Yeah, there's a place I wanted to show you. It's a special spot in the forest that not many people know about. He started walking again, leading the way. tweety6 squeals in interest, excitement, before following quick. Dipper chuckled at her excitement as she quickly followed him. They walked through the forest, leaves crunching under their feet. Dipper glanced at her, a small smile on his face. You know, I've never met anyone who's interested in this stuff like you are. Thanks. I'm interested in anything in mind, like old classics, tunes, and horror movies, video games, etc. Dipper's smile widened at her mention of shared interests. Horror movies, huh? Me too. And old classics as well? I mean, who isn't interested in that stuff? He stopped, walking and turned to her. They had reached a clearing in the forest. Rays of sunlight peeked through the trees, casting a warm glow around them. OMG! Takes her phone out to take a picture in surprise.
Dipper watched as tweety6 took out her phone to capture the view. The clearing was filled with wildflowers and tall trees, creating a picturesque scene. "It's pretty, huh?" he said, his voice softer than usual.
She nodded, awkwardly amazed. Well, damn, you know your way around these parts. Dipper chuckled at her reaction. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time exploring the forest, he said. There are a lot of hidden gems, like this one, he said on a nearby rock, gesturing for her to join him. The sunlight filtered through the trees, creating a tranquil atmosphere. Cool, booping it, slightly interested. I bet there's any beautiful flowers I can pick up around here. Dipper watched as she approached the patch of wildflowers, her hand reaching out to touch them gently. Yeah, there are all sorts of flowers here, he said, pointing to different ones. Those are daisies, and those are violets. I can go on. He couldn't help but smile at her fascination with sincerity. So beautiful. Violet is my kind of color anyway. Blushes slightly. Dipper notices her fondness for the violet flowers and the slight blush on her cheeks. He couldn't help but feel a warmth flutter in his chest. You like violet, huh? He asked, his voice softer than before. It's a nice color. Suits you. It really suits you. tweety6. Thanks. You accidentally falls to him, kissing him for a moment, slightly before backing up, looking at him, stunned, surprised, as she stuttered awkwardly. Oh, I can explain.
Dipper's eyes widened in surprise as tweety6 fell toward him and kissed him. His brain took a moment to process what just happened before she abruptly pulled back, clearly flustered and trying to explain herself. He managed, his mind still trying to catch up. He was at a loss for words, his cheeks turning an even deeper shade of red.
Shrieking in panic disbelief as she quickly turns away, trying to calm down. Oh crap, I hope nobody saw that. Dipper also felt a wave of panic wash over him. He was still trying to process the kiss and the situation. He looked around, hoping no one had witnessed the unexpected moment. Thankfully, it seemed like they were still alone. Don't worry. I don't think anyone saw. I don't think I see anyone saw, he said awkwardly, rubbing the back of his neck.